Yo, what's going on, everybody? I wanted to talk to you guys about self-love. Self-love is something that we don't necessarily incorporate when it comes to ourselves. Um, it's sort of the one thing that we miss because we're so busy either taking care of other people, or we're so busy in our lives that we're doing other things that we don't take a moment to care to ourselves, right? To say the positive things that we need to reiterate positive thoughts, right? Um, Sometimes the way in which we take care of ourselves physically isn't appropriate through drinking a lot or doing drugs or smoking or whatever it is. Um, and I think that in order for us to create the environments we want, to create the lives that we want, to create the relationships that we want, it all starts with ourselves. And if we're not feeding ourselves positive energy and positive thoughts and positive reinforcements, then we're only obviously attracting the opposite, which is negative. Then we're feeding our bodies with negativity when it comes to our mindset. What are you listening to? What are you consuming? More than likely, if you don't have any self-love, it's probably not anything that's positive for the most part. You know what I mean? How are you taking care of your body? If you don't really have self-love, you're probably not taking care of it the way you should be, right? So I wanted to share with you guys 3 steps. And these aren't the only things that you can do, but these are 3 steps that I think would definitely get you on the track of starting to bring back that self-love for yourself. And once you create self-love for yourself, and once you have that in your life, man, it's only going to amplify the other aspects of your life, right? Your relationships are going to be stronger. They're going to be more fulfilled. They're going to be happier. And that's because you're happier. Everything starts with you. Everything starts with us. When we're happy at the core, then we attract those things, right? When our temperament and our attitudes, when they radiate, and people can sense that. They can sense that energy. And when it's positive energy and it's confidence, people can sense that in you, and that attracts as well. So let me quickly share with you the 3 steps that again can bring in some self-love for you if you feel that you're missing that, or you're lacking that, or you need more of it. So the first step is giving yourself permission to be human. We're all flawed. We're not all perfect. You don't have to be a supermodel. You don't have to be a fitness model. You don't have to be a millionaire to be worthy of love. You can be flawed. You can have made tons of mistakes, and you're going to continue to make mistakes. You're beautiful the way you are. There's no one set way of how this works as far as being worthy of love. I think in this time, the times that we live in now, where the social media is high, and you have people that portray a life that they may or may not be actually living, and we see things on movies, and there's just a lot of influence, a lot of social influence, and because and when it comes to people that are vulnerable mentally, they feel that they can't live up to what they're viewing, so then they feel bad about themselves. But you're beautiful the way you are. Tell yourself that. So just knowing that you're a human being, you're gonna make mistakes. That's okay. That is certainly okay. You're still worthy of love. Everyone will find love out there, and you just need to. You need to know that. You need to embrace that. You need to own that within yourself, regardless of how you look, regardless of how you sound, regardless of how you may come off to other people. We're all worthy of love. So that's step number 1 is knowing that no matter where you come from, what you look like, what you've been through, you're worthy. So just know that. also the way that you talk to yourself affects your mood and your behavior. And it's okay to hold yourself to higher standards and to have negative emotions, but don't put yourself in a negative cycle. And if you've ever been in a bad relationship, you're probably thinking, man, I'll never find love. You quickly just need to neutralize that thought by thinking of the love that you have with your family and your friends, and the amazing dates that you went on, and maybe even some of the amazing relationships that you had prior that just didn't work out for whatever reason. Don't get stuck on the negative portion, the negative. Don't get stuck on the negative experience that you had. It's because then you just kind of go down that rabbit hole. Think about all the love that you have experienced, all the beautiful love, but you just quickly need to neutralize that thought, and you quickly just need to neutralize that thought by thinking of the love that you have with your family and your friends, and the amazing dates that you went on, and maybe even some of the amazing relationships that you had prior that just didn't work out for whatever reason. Don't get stuck on the negative portion, the negative. Don't get stuck on the negative experience that you had. It's because then you just kind of go down that rabbit hole. And they also talk about incantations are another beautiful way to kind of create that self-love and that self-talk. And the phrase, I am worthy, or I am worthy of love, said with a smile and confidence, goes a long way into manifesting the love within your life. And just keep in mind that what you tell yourself is what you believe about yourself. So if you tell yourself, oh, I'm not worthy of love, or oh, I'm ugly, or I'm fat, or I'm this, or I'm that, then that's what you're going to believe. Because your thoughts become a belief after a while. And so that's why it's very, very important that you train your mindset, you train your thought process to think positive, even when things get hard, because they're going to. But you just need to have the awareness to understand at what place you're at, in life, whether they're going good, they're going bad, and keep those positive thoughts going, because that's what's going to get you through to the next point. And step number 2 is self-care. When you love yourself, you treat yourself with kindness, both emotionally and physically. So you wouldn't want a person that you love to live in a stressed state of mind. So why allow yourself to do those things? You know what I mean? Also, I think it's important to understand that you need times to relax, to recharge your batteries, because you're going at 1,000,000 miles an hour. Again, you're human. You have a ton of things to do, right? Work and family and friends and other engagements that you may have, and communities that you may be involved in. But it's seriously important that you take the time to relax, to recharge your batteries. Because a fresh mind creates more creativity, right? And more confidence when it's fresh. And you also want to create joyful habits. Do things that you love, things that you're good at. Reading books, journaling, playing a musical instrument, making people laugh. Whatever it is that you love to do, or that you're really good at, skateboarding, surfing, whatever, painting. Do those things, do more of those things, because when you're doing that particular exercise, you're doing that particular thing, notice how you feel when you're doing things that you love. You're all like, when I play recreational basketball, or I work out, like I feel energized, I feel exuberant, right? I feel brave, I feel strong, I feel confident. I'm having fun. I'm not worrying about anything. I'm not thinking about anything other than what I'm doing in that moment, because I love it that much. You know what I mean? So whatever that is for you, go ahead and find that and do more of it. And then the last step number 3, and that is to find your purpose. When we have purpose, we have meaning, which allows us to wake up and to look forward to doing something. it just brings so much more clarity to our lives, so much more structure. For me, my purpose is, it really is just helping men and women explore who they are, so that they can reach fulfillment. Like, I really just want to be able to help people in their lives to become the best version of themselves. That's my purpose. And so you just need to find yours. But understand, in order to find your purpose, you need to be honest with yourself. You know, you can't go on telling yourself, oh, I love to do the job that I'm at, it's great. And then you go home and you know, when you're behind closed doors and you're dreading it, or you're crying, or you're dreading getting up and going to work in the morning, you know, or you're always talking about, man, I wish I could do this and do that. Be honest with yourself. You owe it to yourself. You only have one life. Remember that. You only get one shot, you know, at living this life, you know, so live it to the fullest. Figure out what it is that you love to do, that gets you fired up, that gives you chills, you know, that gets your blood boiling, whatever it is that brings you that excitement. Figure out what that is and go after it and do it. No matter how big it may be, no matter how strange or uncommon it may seem, that's you. That's you in your truest form, at the core of yourself. You owe it to yourself and no one else. I think what's most important about finding your purpose in your meeting is that you'll live with confidence, and you'll stop looking for external affirmations. You know, you'll stop looking for someone to tell you that you're sexy, or that you're this or you're that. You know, outside influences won't matter to you, because you have everything that you need at the center of yourself. That's what's really cool and important about having a meaning, having a purpose. So those are the 3 steps, man, to really bringing back self-love to yourself. Not worrying about, again, external factors. It's all about yourself. You're worthy of love. You're worthy of everything. But the key is to believe it within yourself first. Believe that you are what you want to be. Believe that you are already who you want to be, right? And I think once you're able to do that, the world is yours. So these are steps that you can do these every day and practice these things. You know, tell yourself every day that you know, whatever your strengths are, make a list of what your strengths are and say those to yourselves, you know, for 5 minutes every day. Or tell yourself why you're beautiful, or why you're enough, or why you're worthy of love, or whatever it is that you're looking for. Tell yourself why you're worthy of it. You know, find the good within yourself. I'm sure there's a million things that you can find within yourself that you've done good, whether it was for someone else or was for yourself. Write those things down and read those things to yourself over and over again every day. Remind yourself how beautiful you are as a person. And the self-love will be natural. And the things that you're looking for, that before you were searching, you were waiting for external factors to tell you. Once you start practicing these things of self-love, you'll automatically attract the things that you're wanting. You'll automatically attract the love, the husband that you're looking for, the wife that you were looking for, the relationships, the job, the career, the finances, whatever it is. You'll attract those because you already believe it, that you have them and that you're worthy of them. So hopefully that was helpful for you guys. I would love to hear if you guys have had any other experiences as far as creating self-love for yourself. Please leave those in the comments, but we'll see you guys on the next video. So.